This is our second video on lesson 7, the input lesson. In the first video, we took a look at our new class skeleton. It's been upgraded twice now. First time it got upgraded with this import of system, which is required to let us take the system dot off of system.out print line. And the other import now that we've added is import java.util.star semicolon. That allows us to use scanner. If we don't have this, if I comment that out and I try to use scanner, BlueJ is going to say, what the heck is scanner? I can't find it. Where is it? So we have to have that import for scanner. We looked at inputting integers in the first video. Now we'll ask for a double. Let's say out.println, enter your GPA. Something like that. And then the user will enter it and we'll store it into a double. We'll just say double GPA is equal to KB. That's my name I chose, KB up here. If I put just K, then I just put K here. Dot next. Now if I put next int, it's not going to work. Let's make sure. This will be a common mistake the first few days of doing this. I'm asking for a GPA and it says compile with no errors, but now let's run it and see what happens. Let's see, I think my high school GPA was somewhere around 3.25 or so, and you can see Java does not like that because I've used next int and 3.25 is not an int. So as you might guess, you got to change int to double. So it's got to be a capital because it's the second word of a method. That's a naming convention. And now when I run this thing, it'll say enter your GPA, and I'll put that 3.25 and no problem. Let's just echo it back to the screen to make sure you know it worked. Compile and run it. 3.25, and that's good. Again, when you ask them a question, you usually want the response to be on the same line. So let's start getting used to putting print up there when we ask a question. It just looks a lot nicer. When the author lectures on this in his series of videos, he makes the same comment. It looks a lot better if you put print up there and let the user put it right in the same line as the prompt, and there you go. Okay, so we're going to start doing questions like something like out.print enter degrees Celsius, and so the user shall enter a variable. You can say maybe it's just double C equals kb.next double, and then we'll display the equivalent Fahrenheit temperature. We could ask them for degrees Fahrenheit, and we'll display the appropriate degrees Celsius temperature. We can ask them for A, B, and C of a quadratic. We can say, let's see. So maybe just remind you guys that try to forget your awful algebra experience perhaps. Remember it's ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. And last week when we did this program in our labs, we knew what A, B, and C were there typed in, but now the user can enter different ones. You can prompt for A, double A equals kb.next double, and you got to ask them for the number, of course, but we'll do double B equals KB dot next double. And so it's a really practical program. You probably could have found this very handy back when you were learning Algebra 1. Double C equals. Okay, and so now you can do it like this as well. You can say enter A, B, and C of your quadratic. Okay? So out.print enter A, B, and C of your quadratic. And the user can enter them all at that one prompt. So whatever you're making up, she can put in 2, -1, and 1 for A, B, and C, just like that. Okay, so you can do it that way. I rarely do it that way. I usually just ask from one at a time. But next int and next double. So I challenge you this weekend to go ahead and play with this. Ask for ints, ask for doubles. You know we're going to do a lab with quadratic. You know we'll do a lab with Celsius to Fahrenheit and Fahrenheit to Celsius. You know we'll probably do y equals mx plus b. So think of things to do. At least ask the user for their age and maybe tell them how old they'll be in 10 years. Something simple like that at least. And I hope you are interested in this and take it a step further.